In today's fast-paced digital world where we rely on our devices more than ever, having a dependable power source isn't just convenient, it is essential. That's where the Sharge team comes in. Known for their sleek designs and solid build quality, Sharge creates high-performance external batteries, power supplies and cables. And these two right here, they're the newest addition to their power bank lineup. This is the Sharge ICEMAG2 and Shargeek 100. Each one brings something unique to the table, offering an external power source that's not just convenient but impressively reliable. Depending on your needs, one of these could certainly be a must-have. With many similar products on the market and others at variable price points, it's safe to say, is this something more than just a gimmick? Well, let's first start by unboxing it. So to start with, let's take a look at the ICEMAG2. Unboxing this guy, and as you can imagine, you really don't get much in the box. Just the product itself, a very basic user manual, and your Type-C charging cable. That's pretty much it. Before we dive into performance, let's take a closer look at the design. Now, the ICEMAG2 is made entirely of plastic, featuring an acrylic window on the lower front that shows off some of the traditional internal components and lets some of the RGB lighting shine through. It is a really nice touch. The build quality seems solid, no creaking or flexing anywhere. Everything fits together tightly and feels well put together. An active cooling fan turns on when you place a device on top for wireless charging or when you use the Type-C port to charge something else without using the wireless charging feature, so there is a bit of flexibility there. The ICEMAG2 retains Sharge's signature design style, featuring a small plastic cover on the back. Although it's a significantly smaller window compared to some of their older models with clear cases, this design likely contributes to the improved temperature control. The matte white finish on the front feels great in hand, it's smooth but not slippery, and it resists fingerprints, which means it stays looking clean while giving you a better grip to prevent accidental drops. As mentioned, this power bank supports both wired and wireless charging, and it even includes a short USB-C to C cable for charging your phone or recharging the power bank itself. It delivers up to 30 watts for both input and output in wired mode. Nothing revolutionary, but definitely fast enough for most users. Since it's QI2 certified, the ICEMAG2 supports up to 15 watts of wireless charging, twice the speed of older QI standards, which topped out at only 7.5 watts. It also features built-in magnets, so you can snap it right onto the back of your iPhone or a MagSafe compatible Android phone with a magnetic case. Another handy feature is pass-through charging. You can plug the ICEMAG2 into a wall charger while it is wirelessly powering your phone at the same time. And for smaller devices, there's a low current mode. Just press the power button for 3 seconds and it'll keep charging low-powered gadgets without automatically shutting off. Now, if you haven't noticed already, Sharge named this power bank ICEMAG2 for a reason. It features an active cooling fan built right in. The small fan helps keep the internal circuitry cool, which also reduces the amount of heat transferred to your phone during the wireless charging process. On top of that, it's got an aluminum backplate that acts like a thermal pad, helping to draw heat away from your phone for more efficient cooling overall. Once powered on, the RGB lights kick in and the fan starts spinning to help cool your phone. The fan does make a bit of noise, nothing too distracting, but definitely noticeable. But let's be honest, that's probably to be expected from active cooling. Now, there's a bit of time discrepancy when it comes to charging speeds. At one point, the screen even displayed super fast charging, gaining about an hour. While the iPhone does support super fast charging 2.0, the difference between version 1 and 2 is usually just a matter of minutes, so it's nothing really to stress about. While this one is labelled at 10,000 milliamps, you won't get all of that. After accounting for conversion losses and overhead, the effective capacity is closer to around 6,000 milliamps. So if you're using it with a phone like an iPhone 16 Pro, which is around a 3,500 milliamp battery, expect just under 2 full single charges. But if you were to use, let's say, a Galaxy phone with a much bigger battery, you might only get 1 full charge, so do keep that in mind. Now overall, I really can't deny the ICEMAG2 is an extremely convenient and great combination of both wireless and wireless charging. It just adds a lot of flexibility. In terms of its design, I honestly think it's the best looking and most featured packed MagSafe compatible battery on the market right now. And with QI2 support, 30-watt wired charging, and even a built-in stand, it checks pretty much every box. That said, the noise fan might be a downside for some. It's not silent, but it's not a deal breaker. Needless to say though, if you're on a market for a MagSafe power bank, this one is absolutely worth considering. Now moving on to the larger Shargeek 100, and the unboxing experience is a little more fulfilling. In the box you'll get the power bank, a nice premium 100-watt USB-C to C cable, a very nice and welcome black protective bag, and your very basic user manual. Much like the ICEMAG2, the Shargeek 100 stands out with a bold and unique design. It features an elongated transparent casing made from fireproof polycarbonate, giving you a clear view of the internal electronics and battery cells, something rarely seen in power banks. Aside from the aluminium frame, it almost is entirely see-through, which is a big part of its appeal and one of its key selling points. On top, there's a coloured display built right into the case, and just to the right of it, a bright yellow switch that controls its operations. On the left side of the case, you'll find 4 ports, 1 DC jack, 1 USB Type-A, 2 USB-C ports. The USB-C one serves dual purposes, allowing you to charge other devices and recharge the Shargeek 100 itself. The included yellow USB-C charging cable is 150 centimeters long and features reinforced black plastic sleeves at both ends for added durability. When using the DC output, the Shargeek 100 can deliver up to 75 watts of charging power. Now that is pretty impressive. I have to admit, the build quality of this unit is genuinely very impressive. Everything connects with a precise tight fit, which really speaks to the attention to detail in its construction. It is worth noting that while the transparent case is a standout design feature, it does have some trade-offs. It's prone to picking up scratches and dust over time, and depending on the angle, you might also notice a rainbow-like effect across the surface, similar to an oil film on water. It's a subtle visual touch that adds some character in my opinion, but it's certainly something that not everybody's gonna like. By far the real standout though is that 1.14-inch IPS display. It's bright, crisp, and most importantly, quite colourful. It's genuinely a pleasure to look at. When you connect a device or power source to the Shargeek 100, the display automatically powers on and shows detailed information about what's going on. You'll see which ports are in use, along with real-time voltage, current, power levels, and more. If multiple devices are connected, you can switch the port shown on the bottom left on the display by briefly pressing the function key. This also lets you toggle between roll and total modes. In roll mode, the display automatically cycles through each active port every 5 seconds, whereas in total mode it shows only the combined total output power of the actual power bank. The function key also gives you access to a secondary user interface where additional information and smaller functions are available. In here you can scroll through the individual options. The second level menu includes several subpages you can navigate through one by one. The DC output setup page lets you configure the DC output settings. By default, the output is set to 12 volts, but you can adjust the voltage in increments of either 1 volt or 0.1 volts. Really anywhere between 3.3 and 25.2 volts, so that's pretty impressive. Now, not everyone will find the need to dive into the Shargeek 100's interface. It's really not going to be essential for everyone. You can absolutely use this perfectly well without ever accessing this part of the power bank. But honestly, it's a really nice touch that gives you a bit more control over how and what power gets delivered, which some will definitely appreciate. During my time with the power pack, I charged a range of low to medium powered devices, but I spent most of the time focusing on my iPhone and MacBook. With its massive 25,600 mAh capacity, this device has more than enough juice to keep your devices going for days. It can deliver up to 7 full charges for an iPhone, 2.5 charges for an iPad, 1.2 charges for a MacBook, and up to 15 charges for smaller devices like a GoPro or a DSLR camera. And despite that high capacity, it only takes about 90 minutes to fully recharge, which is seriously impressive for a power bank of its size. By far, the most impressive ability is that it features a powerful 100-watt USB-C PD port, capable of fast charging a MacBook Pro 16-inch from 0 to 50% in just 41 minutes. That's almost twice as fast as Apple's standard charger. Now, I can't deny both the ICEMAG2 and the Shargeek 100 showcase Sharge's attention to detail, thoughtful design, and strong focus on performance. And they cater to so many different needs. If you're looking for something compact, stylish, and MagSafe compatible, the ICEMAG2 is a fantastic everyday power bank. It's just so ideal for iPhone users, especially those who want the convenience of Qi2 wireless charging, pass-through power, and a portable form factor that snaps right onto the back of your phone. It's just a perfect match for people on the go who value a quick top-up. On the other hand, the Shargeek 100 is built for power users, the kind of people who travel often, work remotely, or need to charge multiple devices including laptops, tablets, cameras, and phones. With a 100-watt PD charging, a massive 25,600 mAh capacity, and a surprisingly useful interface for customizing output power, it's both a workhorse and a tech showcase. It's certainly best suited for creators, remote workers, and anyone who wants to carry around one reliable power solution instead of juggling multiple chargers and adapters. As always, be sure to check this product out in the link in the description. Let me know what you think. Till next time.